friends, you are welcome to Royal Learning channel. In this video, we are going to be talking about 2025 NECO Biology Practical. I will briefly explain all the necessary rules and regulations that need to be followed while answering biology practical questions. When we look at it, truly there is nothing in biology practical. You may know answers to your questions, but another thing is to know how to present your answers based on their marking requirements. So that is why you need to watch this video till the end. Don't scroll. Watch this video till the end. At the end of this class, I'm going to give out notes for you to read. If you want the soft copy of this video, kindly DM me on 081 2862 4004. The note is free. All I need from you is to support this channel by sharing this video with your friends and your family member. Invite people to join this channel, and don't forget to like, share and leave comments. So the first aspect that I'm going to explain is the aspect of drawing. Make sure that you read your practical instruction carefully and understand what you are asked to draw before you start drawing. Don't go and draw a wrong answer. If your practical instruction instructed you to draw any part of a specimen, don't draw the whole specimen because you want to prove to them that you know it, or because you have memorized the whole diagram. For example, your practical instruction asks you to draw the leg of a spider, but you have memorized the whole diagram. You now draw the whole diagram, you say let them mark the leg because leg is part of the diagram. That is very, very wrong. So number two is the aspect of the resemblance of the specimen. Make sure that your diagram resembles the actual specimen. If your diagram is supposed to be in form of a circle, don't go and draw it in form of egg. Don't draw in form of egg. Let your diagram resemble the actual specimen. So another one is the size or the length of the diagram. The size or the length of your diagram. Make sure your diagram is within the specified range given according to your practical instruction. If your diagram asks you to draw within 6 to 8 centimeter long, if your diagram asks you to draw within 6 to 8 centimeter long, don't let it exceed 8 centimeter and don't let it be below 6 centimeter. You can draw a box of 8 centimeter long and draw inside the box so that your diagram will not exceed 8 centimeter. So the next one is the title. The next one is the title of your diagram. Your diagram must have a title, preferably written on the top of the diagram. So let me teach you how to write the title of a specimen. I'm going to use one of these specimens for example. I want to draw the transfer section of an orange fruit, which is our specimen J. So this is our specimen J. So to write the title of this diagram, your title must be written on the top of the diagram. Then if you write it in small letter, if you write your title in small letter, you must underline it. And the first letter of your specimen must start with capital letter. So let's take for example, you want to write the title of this specimen. You write diagram of the transfer section of an orange. That is, your specimen is orange, so that orange must start with capital letter of an orange fruit. Then you underline it. But if you write it in capital letter throughout, you don't need to underline. So that is that about the title of the diagram. So the next one is clarity of the lines. Clarity of lines. Your line must be very smooth. That is, your line, the line of your diagram while drawing must be very smooth. Then avoid what? Shading the line in this form. Avoid shading the lines while drawing. If you are drawing in this form, it will be what? It will be too rough. It will be too rough. So avoid shading of lines while drawing. Then broken lines is not allowed. Broken lines is not allowed. So don't use broken line to draw your diagram. Don't use broken line to draw your diagram. So the next one is labeling. The next one is labeling. So you label horizontally. Label horizontally with your ruler. Label horizontally with your ruler. See how I'm going to label this one. So let's see the way I'm going to label this one. So the first layer of this diagram, you place your ruler on it. Then the next layer that you want to label, you place your ruler. Then another layer is this. You place your ruler on it. Then I want to label the seed. You place your ruler on it. Then I want to label the circle at the middle. So you place your ruler in this form before you start labeling. So your label must be what? On horizontal line. It must be on horizontal line. Then I want to label the first layer, which is epicap. Epicap. So the first letter must start with capital letter. If you are writing it in small letter, or you write everything in capital letter. So my second layer is mesocap. Mesocap. So the M will start with capital letter. So the next one is seed. Your S we must start with what? With capital letter. So and so on. So that is that about labeling. Then avoid overlapping of lines. Avoid overlapping of lines while labeling. For example, now I want to label this side at the need to do. Then you are now drawing it in this form. So this is an overlapping what? Overlapping line. So avoid overlapping of lines while labeling. So the last part of it is magnification. Magnification. So your diagram must have what? A magnification. So to calculate your magnification, MG. Magnification is the size of your diagram. Size of your diagram divided by the size of the specimen. The size of the specimen. That is the formula for calculating magnification. Size of the diagram divided by the size of the specimen. I'm going to use this bean seed, which is our specimen D. Our bean seed is specimen D. I'm going to use this bean seed to explain how to calculate our magnification. So let me draw a bean seed. So this is a bean seed. Now I want to calculate the magnification of my diagram, which is a bean seed. So the size of the diagram, you are going to measure the size of the diagram. So let's assume that the length of this diagram, the length of my diagram is 8 centimeter. 8 centimeters. So the length of this diagram is 8 centimeters. So you are going to measure that one on your booklet. You measure the length of the diagram on your booklet. So my own is 8 centimeters. Then divided by the size of the specimen, the size of the specimen. My real specimen is bean seed. So you place your ruler on this real specimen and you measure. So my own measurement here is 0.5. So my real bean seed is 0.5 centimeter long. So the size of the specimen is what? Is 0.5. So 8 centimeter divided by 0.5 centimeter will give me 16 centimeter. So my magnification is what? Is 16 centimeter. Then it should be written under your diagram. mg times 16. mg times 16. It shows that your diagram on the board is 16 times your specimen. Your real specimen is the diagram on the board. So the next aspect I'm going to explain is the theoretical aspect of the practical. I want to explain the aspect of observable features. If they ask you to state the observable features of any specimen, they are telling you to state what you can see, not general characteristics. Let's take for example, what are the observable features of this specimen D. Our bean seed is specimen D. It is brownish in color. This beans is brownish in color. It has what? Seed coat or tester. What cover it outside is what? Is seed coat or tester. Then it has what? Cotyledon. You can peel it into 2 equal half. Each half is called cotyledon. So it has what? 2 cotyledons. Those are the observable features, not general characteristics. State under your observable features that this specimen D bean seed is under LPG germination. That is very wrong because we can't see LPG germination on this bean seed. So LPG germination should be under general characteristics. So be very careful while answering questions on biology practical and take note of your spelling. Your spelling is very, very important. So spelling is very, very important. So if you can follow all these rules and regulation, your A1 is guaranteed. So we've come to the end of this class. Remember to subscribe. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, share this video, like and leave comments. See you in my next video. Bye.